Welcome to part 24 of the Persona 5 Tactica Platinum Guide. We've just taken down Shadow Toshiro, but as you can see with the dramatic story here, we are not close to being done by any means, and we have another boss about to appear before us.
I hope you're ready for me to get my pill. You know you have it coming, right? All of this is your fault!
So this is just how low you'll go? Using her against me? Big mistake! And I'm going to make it your last! You want your payback? I'll make sure you get it! Phantom Thieves! Let's go! Yeah!
So after that bit of story sequence, we can finally actually start doing battle with this boss here.
We were only pretending to go
This
down.
boss is pretty reasonable. We have a pretty large attack area for working against Eri here. So really, at the beginning stages of this battle, we just want to impose damage as we can see fit. Her attacks are primarily going to be this malevolent bullet here, which doesn't do crazy amounts of damage, but she does tend to get criticals every once in a while. This is particularly if you're exposed. So if you hide behind some of these structures, you're less likely to get hit by critical. But really, in the beginning stages, we just want to keep imposing pressure and doing damage, because as you can see here, she has a significant amount of HP. I'm just going to keep positioning myself and keep applying damage with all 4 characters. And I've been using gunshots instead of magic just to preserve SP in case it becomes an issue later. So one of the attacks that she always does after a few turns is to summon these spheres here. And these spheres, as you can imagine, you want to destroy as soon as possible, as Futaba recommends. I never tried figuring out what will happen if you don't destroy the spheres, so just go ahead and keep destroying them, because you don't want to ideally find out one way or the other. And usually with the spheres, there's going to be some normal enemies that also get spawned as part of that, but in almost all the cases it's a good thing, because they're going to present chances for once more opportunities to build up the triple threat window and kill anything that's remaining. Because of the way that Eri is positioned, you won't be able to impose triple threat on the boss itself, but you will be able to clear out most creatures in the meantime, so you can keep putting the pressure back on Eri. So as you can see here, she's going back to her strength and her primary attack, which is the malevolent bullets. We did have a straggler here that survived, so he gets some turns. But most times you'll be able to kill all of them and not have that extra turn from an enemy. We've taken care of that straggler, Now we can go back to just focusing on Eri herself.
So it's my turn. That's perfect. You'll be safe there. Nice work, Toshiro. That's a skillful hiding. I'm ready. That's our queen. Well done. Nice one. That's a hit. Nice going, queen.
Here you can see that she's done one of her sphere summons again. This time, instead of just one sphere, we have two. So this is basically gonna force you to use a triple threat around all these spheres if possible. As you can see, we have enemies that do get exposed to once more attacks as part of this process. So always try and keep that in mind. And as you can see, because of the way that the characters are positioned, we can build out some good triple threat windows and kill a lot of the enemies in one turn. I probably could have spent a little bit more time adjusting that one to give it a get better triple threat and not waste this turn here. But again, it's not a huge deal one way or the other. This is another boss fight, so we don't have to worry about turn counts. We don't have to worry about baton passes per se. As far as getting the rewards for not having any enemies KO'd. So just keep applying pressure on her when you can, and then destroy the spheres as she summons them.
Here I go. Nice going, queen. Now's the time. Thank you. All right, let's do this. Persona! Persona! So it's my turn. Nice position. Well hit. Good work there.
Here, as you can see, she has spawned some more enemies again, and she also projects this attack here with this hand being raised. So when this happens, this is very similar to the previous bosses, like Marie, when she would have her be in her tank and she would project her attack pattern. So in this cases, you always want to free up any of the characters that are being cuffed or unable to move. And then once they're freed up, you of course want to move them outside of the danger zone so that you can avoid her attack here that she's about to do. There was an instance where I did get hit by that slap that she does, and it did surprisingly not as much damage as you would think. So if you do happen to get stuck in it, you won't get instantly killed or anything like that. You'll just take damage. So we avoided her attack there, and we got rid of the enemies that she created so we can keep applying pressure. As you can see, she does still have a significant amount of health left. And now she's going to do the last variation of her attacks. So instead of doing those giant spheres, she's summoned these smaller spheres, and she's in this guard-like state. The best part about this is we can impose some real damage now here with the with this scene. So as you can see there, those spheres that were damaged managed to attack her. and did 230 damage, which is way more than we've been imposing single-handedly with our gunshots and magic attacks. So use this opportunity the best you can, because I guess as you see here, it did 900 damage, and it would have taken us quite amount of turns to impose that much damage ourselves. So she's exposed here. We're not going to be able to kill her, but this is basically the last bit of strategy that you need to do against this boss. We've pretty much gone through all the variations of what she will attack with and what her main attack patterns are. So we managed to crit her there, so she's down. So we got a free pass to just impose more damage, and she's not able to hit us. So that's another reason why you want to use that attack as much as possible.
Get ready.
So there's an instance where she did another variation of spawning the spheres, enemies, and projected an attack pattern. So as we've been doing throughout this boss battle to date, we just need to focus away from Eri for a minute, destroy these spheres and the surrounding enemies, but in the meantime make sure that none of our party members are exposed or locked and hidden in that caution area for her attack projection. So as you can see there, we had to do a pretty wide triple threat window to get everything. And now we can go back to focusing on Eri. She's getting pretty close to being whittled down here. But as you can see, it's a pretty straightforward boss fight for the most part. When I first saw her arrive, I was pretty worried this would be harder. But really, she's not as bad as long as you just focus on the various aspects of destroying the spheres and just maintaining patience. It's probably the most difficult thing about this boss battle, is just maintaining patience because of the amount of health that she has and just the amount of different variations of attacks that she has to force you to not keep focusing on her as far as the attacks go. So this is best case here. She's done that attack that makes her the most vulnerable. So if we destroy these collections of spheres, we should be able to finish her off. So we're going to try and get a good window here. For another triple threat. There we go. We have mostly all of them.
Better get ready. All right, let's go. What to do here? Now it's my turn.
So there you go. We have a good amount in our window here, and this should be enough to finish her off. So we'll do it. We did the 457 damage to her, and she is finally going to go down. So there we go. We got to level 64, and we finally got another trophy, which it's been a while. Trophy number 21 out of 40, and that one is called Those That Conquer Their Past. So that's a story related trophy that you'll get for defeating Eri. And now we are going to have a good amount of story dialogue now that we've completed our 42nd mission, which is the boss battle against Eri Natshuhara.
Hey guys.
I'm glad we won and all, but what the hell just happened?
Yes, we could use some help getting caught up.
In that case, I'll explain what I can. Granted, I only understand so much.
Did something come back to you?
Yeah. I was made from Toshiro's heart. No, technically, I'm more like a manifestation of his heart.
For some reason, human cognition can lead to the physical materialization of their own heart in the metaverse. Shadows, personas, cognitive beings, all these originate within the human heart. But in your case, despite checking all the boxes, you aren't exactly any of those.
But she definitely seemed to be Toshiro's persona a second ago.
And now she's back to the arena we know, through and through.
I admit, I have no idea how relevant your past experience is to my own situation. But what I do know is, I serve as the core of Toshiro's heart. My reason for existence is to protect it.
Protected from who, exactly?
Marie and... No, I think it's actually something more powerful.
We don't know his true identity, but he's been awfully dedicated to torturing me in particular. And I believe he's someone who especially didn't want me awakening to my power.
Whoa, what's that? Look, up there!
Enemy reinforcements? No, this is...
What the hell is going on now?
Oh crap! Weapons at the ready! Let's go! Judging by the appearance, looks like the mastermind has finally made its entrance.
Now, do not be so frightened, my beloved children. I am Salmael, caretaker of humanity and protector of mankind's well-being.
That sure is a lofty-sounding pretense. I'm assuming you're the one responsible for everything that's happened.
The one responsible. If it's for the sake of my beloved children, I shall graciously accept this moniker. My sole wish is to protect all of man, my precious lost little lambs. I am a being born from a prayer for peace, an instinct manifest in all who wish safety from calamity. As such, it is my duty to eradicate what some may call the willful form, truly the root of all conflict. In doing so, I shall rescue my pitiable children from throwing themselves into the inferno of war.
Damn it, would you just speak English? You're not making any sense.
If comprehension eludes you, then so be it. My protection is of a unilateral nature to begin with anyways. Accordingly, I had no intention of crossing arms with you in the first place.
You said your name was Salmael, right? Tell us, what made you decide to come down now? Given all the trouble you went through to break down Toshiro's heart behind the scenes. The fact that you're showing yourself now tells me something. We messed up your plans, didn't we? Had to come see it for yourself.
Silence, you tainted child of calamity and war. I won't deny children that I have been tasked to protect are on the brink of straying path of benediction. Therefore, allow me to shepherd you to your salvation. I implore you to accept my convocation of peace.
And that means...
The power you just obtained is a massive madness, one which will assuredly drive man to ruin. However, if you should wish to have it, I shall make it so. In doing so, you would be relieved of the tragic memories you experienced here and return to the life you know.
So you're saying if Toshiro-san abandons the power of his awakened persona, you'll get rid of his memories of this world, and send him back to the real one?
Indeed. Furthermore, my offer is not limited to him. The path of salvation is an invitation I extend to all of you. Though you may be infidels who have the audacity to defy God, I trust this world has been edifying. Here you witness the folly of running into the flames of battle, brandishing nothing but discordant values. Now, needn't be hasty. The intoxication of a fleeting victory has clouded your senses. I shall be waiting to hear your true verdict at a different venue.
Hey, who said you could just...
There goes that windbag. Sure loves to hear itself talk, huh?
If I'm understanding, it's saying if we stand down and surrender, it'll send us back to the real world, right?
Yep, I'd say that was the gist. Real generous of you, buddy.
I know what it said was ridiculous, but you can't deny the feats it's pulled off so far. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but I think its power is the real deal.
That's awfully pessimistic of you, Erina.
I I guess that's true. Maybe I am feeling some uneasiness. According to Salmael, I'm the reason this whole thing happened in the first place. Not that I think everything it said was true, but I won't say I wasn't bothered by it either.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, wait. Yeah? Toshiro, I'm trying to be serious here.
I'm just saying, meeting the head honcho seems to have made you unusually meek. But hey, perhaps you intend to accept his gracious offer of salvation?
No, that's not what I...
If you have a goal you believe in, and you keep moving forward, even if it means knowing you'll get hurt. That's what you and everyone else taught me.
Well, sounds like Toshiro has decided on his answer.
That's right. It'll take more than a bit of lecturing to make us have a change of heart.
I agree. I don't see salvation as throwing away everything we've done so far either.
If we were willing to settle for a deal like that, we wouldn't be the Phantom Thieves. I don't think that's changed since we came to this world. In fact, I think we're even more firm in our resolve now.
Honestly, I don't quite understand the nature of this new power I've awakened. The one thing I'm certain of is that you're the physical manifestation of the courage inside me. And nothing some egotistical god says is going to change that.
Toshiro, you're right. Thanks.
Hey, way to go, Toshiro! When'd you learn to talk the talk, huh?
But I think we have our decision now, don't you think?
Okie dokie! Time to wrap this thing up, leader!
Joker, I couldn't have made it this far without you. Your confidence means the world to me. So, will you fight with me until the end? Thank you.
Hell yeah! Time to fry up this salmon jerkwad! Wait, how are we even gonna reach the thing?
Up? That doesn't really help us.
Is that a train?
Well, hello, everyone.
Miss Lavenza? Why did Miss Lavenza become the sky and come here from the train?
It is going to be all right, Morgana.
Is she an acquaintance of yours?
From talking cats to blue children, you sure have an eclectic bunch of acquaintances, don't you?
Excuse me, but please refrain from making peculiar characterizations of people. Actually, let's save that for later. It seems to me that you all have a destination to get to. Should your will be resolute, I am willing to lend you my aid. I only ask that you make your decision while this room retains its present form.
Room? Do you mean this train is...
Indeed. This is but another manifestation of the Velvet Room. However, as for why it assumed its current form following its previous volatile state, frankly speaking, even I do not have that answer.
While that does beg a plethora of concerning questions, this doesn't feel like the right time to raise them.
So we'll be skirting across the night sky on a flying express line? What fun! Would you mind if I took a moment to sketch the train in its entirety?
I would mind. Please board immediately.
What?
Come on, what are we waiting for? Let's get a move on!
You got it! Full steam ahead! Right? Woo!
go! Do the thing! You know! Choo-choo!
You do realize that's not what a train actually sounds like, right?
Don't be a spoil sport. Just do it.
Choo-choo!
Why are you doing it?
We have some interesting characters in the fray now, don't we? The power vested within you grows through your bonds with others. It is quite feasible your powers as a trickster have reached new heights because of it. We are now departing. Please exercise caution so you are not flung from the train. The train is en route to its destination. Please have patience while we wait for its arrival.
You okay, man? Nerves still messing with you?
Well, yes, a bit. I'm worried they were headed to the final showdown without certain details being sorted out.
I feel the same. There's still the question of Irina and this world itself. Not to mention the fact that we're not even sure what exactly it is we're going to fight.
I am not sure how much help I will be, but if you'd like, I can share with you what I know. Please be aware that this will involve a degree of speculation, but I should be able to provide some useful information. I too have been conducting investigations into the nature of Salmael's existence. What I have found suggests it is the materialization of an instinct which exists subconsciously in the human heart.
So, do you mean it's a sort of malevolent god, like Yaldabaoth?
Unlike the god of control, who was born from a collective yearning for idleness, Salmael is, how should I put this? A universal instinct that's burdened man since the beginning of time. I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to suffer. I don't want to die. Man's innate desire of self-preservation is another way to put it. One might call it a material embodiment of this instinct, born from an ocean of human subconsciousness.
So, kinda like the personification of people's consciousness that goes, no, don't hurt me, right? When you put it that way, it doesn't sound so bad, but...
Perhaps it was the passage of time, or perhaps it was a change in the nature of the human soul. In any case, a transformation occurred for the purpose of keeping pain at bay. Whether you consider the battles one fights to assert their convictions, or the will driving them towards their fruition, it seems to think that all potential sources of pain ought to be eradicated. If there is anything that does differentiate it from the god of control, it is that Salmael believes it is protecting humanity by eliminating individuals with ideologies it deems threatening.
So, Salmael thinks it's protecting humanity, huh? Oh, good grief, that's one of the worst types to deal with.
And that means it'll do whatever it takes to destroy those it deems likely to cause people pain, correct?
The words and actions it has exhibited thus far would seem to suggest so.
Ah, crap. Now I'm confused again. So, in simpler terms...
Well, this might not be perfectly accurate, but... Salmael's stated goal is to ensure that people don't get hurt or suffer. And in order to accomplish that, it came to the conclusion that any risk taken to fight for something is undesirable. Does that sound about right?
Furthermore, given our nature as humans, there will always be those who take a stand to initiate change. And that gives Salmael an endless supply of people to stamp out for having these dangerous ideas.
Dangerous ideas. In other words, they possess the will of revolution. A desire to take a stand against authority.
So, this time around, Toshiro fits the bill, huh?
That would seem to be the case.
I'm very taken by this drawing here. Could I give my opinion on it?
Maybe leave that for later.
Alright, that's enough about that. Now that we have a decent grasp on Salmael, what's next?
This place. It's a spiritual world ruled by Salmael. It was built using your cognition, Toshiro. In more succinct terms, this is a metaverse Salmael constructed to break your will. I have come to the conclusion that that is the most accurate way to describe it.
That seems like a lot of trouble just to take me out.
Under normal circumstances, it would have been able to erase your will simply by invading your mind. But a budding power to resist its domination had already taken root inside of you.
Power to resist? Oh, I get it. You mean a persona?
Precisely. The persona is an armor of rebellion, meant to resist those who would try to exert their influence over others. Like the Phantom Thieves, interfering with those who possess this power is no small task.
And you're saying this power of the will had started to take root in me as well?
It is quite plausible if there was something to trigger it.
Anything happened to you recently that rings a bell? Like, you ever think, I'm having a burst of willpower, baby!
That's quite a crude analogy. Oh!
So it did help you think of one.
It was the end of last year. As I told you before, I'd been undecided on whether to indict my father for his wrongdoings. And it was right around that time when you all hijacked the live TV broadcast. Here I was struggling to stand up to my father while you were boldly proclaiming your beliefs to the entire nation. When I thought about it that way, I felt inspired to show the same courage as you. As for what happened next, well, you already know that part.
It is still only a possibility, but a faint seed of power may have taken root within him then. Of course, a persona can be awakened in other ways, too.
I see. I think I'm starting to understand.
Agreed. In other words, with ordinary people, Salmael is able to invade their minds whenever it pleases. But with Toshiro, the subtle emergence of a power to resist prevented it from interfering.
These drawings are so, unique. I'm kind of at a loss here, but yeah, that sounds about right.
Additionally, Toshiro's-san being able to resist Salmael's power meant he posed an even greater threat.
So it was willing to do whatever it took to snuff him out.
And the moment it made the decision to eradicate my will for social change, it created this place.
Yes, the metaverse we currently find ourselves in is called the Kingdoms. Salmael must have attempted to purge your will by using the memories which lay dormant in your heart.
Well, I never would have guessed there was a war being waged inside my own mind.
Even so, your subconscious was putting up a fight against Salmael's invasion from the very beginning. And amidst it all, it's very likely that's when you were born within Toshiro Kasukabe's spirit.
Me?
Just like Salmael used the individuals from Toshiro's memory as symbols of domination, there was another individual in Toshiro's heart who embodied the spirit of revolution.
Eri.
With your mind under attack, you subconsciously materialized Eri and entrusted your hope to her. This hope was the power of your persona, the thing that Salmael was trying to destroy before it fully formed.
So in effect, this is what you're saying, yes? Salmael created the kingdoms to try and quash the potential of Toshiro's power. In response, Toshiro's heart created Arena as a symbol of revolution, and the keeper of his power. So every battle the Rebel Corps fought was ultimately an effort to protect Toshiro's will.
Oh, not bad, Fox.
I can't let you take all the glory, can I?
What are you trying to prove to her anyways?
Things were looking pretty grim before the Phantom Thieves got here, so I'm not sure if I'd have lasted much longer.
You had only a fraction of power, but it was also very faint. It stands to reason that you would be unable to stave off Salmael's invasion on your own. However, no matter how persistently Salmael attacked, it was never able to completely wither out your will. Thus, hitting the limits of its patience, Salmael opted for a last resort. That is when it must have dragged the real Toshiro Kasukabe into this metaverse.
And then it used my fiancé, my father, and my imposter. Each one of my traumas trying to corner me.
It wasn't able to break Toshiro's heart with Erina defending it, so it went for the throat instead. Ugh, seriously? Using a person's memories to try and break them down emotionally is some real sick stuff.
You got that right. For the people? Who's it kidding?
But that didn't go according to plan either, did it?
No, it did not. Therefore, it would stand to reason that Salmael is also in a difficult position. The fact that it showed itself would seem to indicate the intention to settle things with its own hands.
Which means we're in for a head-to-head fight, right?
Yes, you have the general idea. I know we went through all this relatively quickly, but we will be arriving shortly. I will be happy to answer any more questions to the best of my ability after we arrive.
Thank you, Miss Lavenza. To put it plainly, the enemy is yet another nosy god wannabe. It's not going to be an easy fight, but when has that ever stopped the Phantom Thieves?
Pardon me. We will be arriving momentarily, everyone. Are all your preparations in order?
Hell yeah! Bring it on!
I would have liked to enjoy this pleasant train ride a bit longer, but I suppose that will have to wait until we clean up this mess.
Our morale couldn't be higher. Onwards!
No cause for concern, I see. Very well. I will take us right in.
Huh?
We have arrived safely. Please, watch your step getting off.
Excuse me, but is that what you call safe?
The world did 3 whole rotations.
I'm dizzy.
Sorry. Could I get a bag or something?
Anyhow, it looks like we made it to the enemy stronghold.
Do you think Salmael's waiting up ahead?
Yes, but I wouldn't expect a warm reception. I would suggest going further only when amply prepared.
This is the final battle. Let's get the win and stop this nutcase for good.
Yeah, and I'll settle the score with my past once and...
You don't make it easy to have a cool exit, do you?
So we unpacked quite a bit of story in this video. As you saw, we finally have the reason behind why we are in this kingdom and who we are going to be fighting as the boss for this game. We had the god Salmael approach us. He has a really cool design. I think Persona series tends to have boss battles with a demigod or god that's usually standing in our way, and this one appears to be no different. So we completed a lot of story, and we're back in the hideout now on this and we have this new train-like concept here with the velvet room. We're gonna kick this hideout return with purchasing some more weapons. We haven't done this in a while, so we're gonna buy a few more here. We bought the Liberty, Carousel, and the Frogger. So 3 more weapons that we purchased, and this is gonna bring us up to 25 unique weapons that we've purchased. So we're only halfway. As you can see, it's going to be one of the harder trophies based on the cost of the weapons and the rate that we are purchasing them. And it's kind of frustrating because usually the weapons that you buy are not even very valuable compared to fusing weapons. But be that as it may, we're now going to head into the Velvet Room and do some long overdue fusions. So as you can see there, we tried to fuse Lilium, but we instead got a fusion accident with one of the 4 horsemen, which was Pale Rider. So you have Pale Rider, Black Rider, Red Rider, and White Rider, which I believe are the 4 horsemen in this game. And now we're going to fuse the Forneus persona. If you ever played Nocturne, Forneus is the first boss battle in the game. And he is the one that is keeping you from leaving the hospital, which is the very first area in Shin Megami Tensei 3. Forneus is very popular in the series in general. Next up, we're going to fuse Black Rider, who is one of the aforementioned 4 horsemen. So we've got Pale Rider and we've got Black Rider.
Is this persona acceptable? Please wait just
And now we're going to summon Garuda. Garuda was one of the main bosses that you had to fight in Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Now then, make your decision. Are you finished? Would you like to create a weapon?
And once we have made a couple of personas, we're going to take another crack at fusing another gun, because we still need to get that trophy as well. So we're gonna fuse the Danse Macabre weapon.
Select a persona. Please read this. You wish to withdraw this persona?
So here we have the Danse Macabre, which stands for Dance of Death. And this is going to be a good gun for Joker that we can use. And that will be our 7th weapon that we have fused over the course of this guide to date. You may have more, you may have less, but if you're following this guide and you're fusing weapons around the same manner that I am, that will be the 7th one. So we still have to do 3 more in order for us to get the trophy for 10 fused weapons. So we've stocked up our personas by strengthening up and creating a few more there to level up, and we've also purchased some weapons And as you can see, we now have another conversation available to us. And this is questions for Lavenza. And this is one we can use to close out the video for question 27. And then conversation 27, and I will see you in the next one.